I'm Joseph Labreque, and I'm talking about absinthe. There's two reasons I'm talking about absinthe tonight. One is that it's so misunderstood, and the second is that it's really cool. It's really, really good stuff. So I want to inform everybody about this. So what is absinthe? Absinthe is basically a spirit made from botanicals, normally distilled with either grape or, sometimes like a grain spirit. And it's prepared with ice water in a ritualistic fashion. So why I enjoy it? I enjoy the ritualism behind it because it's something that's very intentional. You have to go and complete certain specific steps to be able to do this. And, it's an interesting experience. It's much like tea, when people talk about tea. So the ritual itself involves placing a little bit of absinthe into a glass, putting a little spoon on top, putting some sugar on it, and then drizzling water over it so that the water actually dissolves, the sugar cube falls into the glass. The glass itself, it's a pretty normal-looking glass, and you can actually use any type of glass you want. But an absinthe glass either has a bulb or some kind of etching at the bottom, and this allows you to measure the correct amount of absinthe spirit into the glass. The spoon, there are many different styles of spoons, but they all have some things in common. They can fit on the lip of a glass, and they're slotted to allow the ice water and the sugar to actually fall through into the absinthe below. And the water normally falls from an absinthe fountain. So the absinthe fountain is basically this big fountain you put ice water in, very cold, and you turn the little spigot on the side, and you can change the speed of the drip. And it's best to drip slowly because you want to get this visual louche to come through in the absinthe. So the absinthe starts out at this very clear liquid, and once it's properly louched, it becomes this milky, iridescent, just like dazzling liquid, right? And when the louche happens, there's a whole bunch of different smells that actually arise from the process. And this happens because of the different botanicals that are used. It's all natural herbal botanicals that are used in absinthe, and that really comes out from the oils. The taste is very unique. It's mostly an anise type taste, but there's quite a bit of bitter in there from the wormwood itself. Wormwood being the primary ingredient in absinthe. There can also be other herbs and so forth in there. So the effects, basically a warmth, a clarity of mind. It helps you focus and work on things. It is highly alcoholic, but it doesn't normally produce the hallucinations that it's kind of known for. Primary ingredient, again, grand wormwood. It has many medicinal properties. It grows very well in Colorado. And it has a compound in it known as thujone. And thujone is actually the chemical that is sort of, people freak out about. It's a chemical that, people say it causes hallucinations, madness, you're going to kill people, maim yourself, that sort of thing. But, traditional absinthes actually have the same levels of thujone as present-day properly prepared absinthes. It's normally used or back in the day, it was used primarily as a health tonic. In fact, the French army, they would equip their soldiers with absinthe to ward off malaria when they go out to fight. Absinthe has been banned for about 100 years in the United States and France and other countries. And there are a number of different reasons for this. There are unsafe absinthes. People were, taking absinthe that was distilled with lead and so forth. And obviously that's going to make you go nuts, right? So modern laws actually allow in the United States absinthe to be distilled and sold and consumed so long as they fall into this specific level of thujone. So what makes real absinthe? It has to have the trinity, that's wormwood, anise, and fennel. It has to have the flavors of those botanicals. It has to be unsweetened, no sugar added, natural coloring, so no dyes, and it has to have a traditional distillation process. What's fake absinthe? So you can see the difference in the color here. It's nasty looking. So it's often advertised as high thujone. Like they advertise it as, this is going to make you trip balls. Oftentimes, it doesn't have any grand wormwood, which is required for absinthe, and there are a few other reasons too. So one of the good things is that absinthe is very actually prominent in Denver. We have a number of different distilleries here that are local, and I've named some of them on these slides. And there are a number of different bars, both in the Denver area and up in Boulder, that serve absinthe, and quite a few number of absinthes. So thank you very much. Here is my contact information. So get in touch with me, and Thank you.